what made you pick up camera in the first place?
From childhood, I've been a mind person. I've spent a lot of time in my mind. I loved seeing stuff and just beautifying it in my mind.
You organize Ocean Creative Conference.
That's right.
How are you able to gather people to support you, the funds, everything? How did you do it? Can you walk us through the process?
The greatest asset anybody can have is the human capital. When you have access to people, you have access to their properties.
Currently, you are the video personal videographer. How are you able to get that connection?
First thing first, embrace service rather than embracing money first. When you embrace service and you are diligent at your service, you will find you. And that's the joy of this. They found me. My word has gone ahead to speak for me. This is the passport.
Some people create for applause, others create because it is the only way they know how to tell the truth. Here with me today is a storyteller, a convener of visionaries, a quiet philanthropist, a rising voice in politics. Through a camera lens, he has given back people their confidence. Through action, he's lived out his faith, and through his political journey, he has reminded us that influence doesn't have to be loud to be lasting. Can you please introduce yourself?
All right. Thank you so much for having me on this platform. First off, I would like to say that I believe that I'm not a philanthropist. I'm a storyteller. It is important that I put it out there because, when you use the word philanthropist, people think that you have to have a certain amount of money, or you have to be well-grounded, or you have to have a backup before you can start to impact lives. But I dare say that all you need right now to impact lives and to be involved in philanthropy is what you have with you right now. So I would say that I'm a storyteller, and I'm using storytelling for impact, basically. My name is Abiodun Christopher, popularly known as OAC the Creator.
Nice having you here, Abiodun Christopher. It is with so much joy that I'm happy to have you here today. When you are unknown, before the camera turned back on you, who is OAC?
OAC is a chill guy, to be honest. I basically live life and I enjoy every single moment. Like, with me, I'm that guy that if I enter a room and you have like 100 people or 1,000 people, it doesn't take for long before you know I am there, right? Because I'm just always very expressive, and I think OAC is also a leader. OAC always knows how to bring people together to a cause. Yeah. And OAC is a playful person. Very, very playful.
Actually, I think I can testify to that because knowing you are a very cool guy. Wherever you are, it is always bubbling. You're very lively. Everybody wants to see you. So, and I think that's like a very good quality of a leader. Like being a leader, you have to be expressive.
That's right.
You have to be loved by people, and
right.
you also have to love people.
That's right.
So I believe that that's a very good quality. So, but what made you pick up camera in the first place?
All right. Basically, from childhood, I've been a mind person. I've spent a lot of time in my mind, to be honest. Which somehow, a lot of people have said maybe that was one of the reasons why, academic-wise, I was, quite intelligent. But I love the idea of, gathering stuff in my mind, thinking, and just exploring things, basically, before they, quote unquote, happen. You understand? So I know how to, keep stuff in the memory, and I loved seeing stuff and just beautifying it in my mind, to be honest. And the way photography started for me, it was an amazing one, to be honest, because I fell in love with photography from 2017 properly. Yeah, properly. And it was when, I would see amazing pictures online. I started Instagram very early. I've been on Instagram since the era of picture, where Instagram was just pictures. So and I would see people take pictures of, plants, flowers and stuff. And I really love the idea. So I remember then I was using an Android phone. It was an high-tech phone actually. And I just went around taking pictures, taking photographs. When I take photographs, I'll be so excited. I'll show people like, yo, see the picture I just took. People be like, guy, this is mad. How did you do this? And it was just random stuff there, to be honest. Like it was flowers, it was plants, it was butterflies. Then 2019, when I was in part one on OAU campus, I luckily for me, my dad decided to like get me, a better phone. It was still an Android phone, but it could take pictures clearly. So I was taking pictures. I'll take pictures of school, you know, random stuff. I'll post it. I was in Angola back then, and coupled with the fact that in part one I was very popular. So on WhatsApp then I would be having like 1,000 people view my WhatsApp status. It was crazy, like 2019. So, and I started. Someone told me, all these things you take, you can start sharing them on Instagram or on WhatsApp, and find a way for people to just interact with, you in real time, not just the people you have on your WhatsApp, right? So I started posting on Twitter. Then lockdown, everybody was at home. But lockdown for me was quite interesting because I remember February 2020. My father of blessed memory decided to get me a laptop because I said I needed to like start, doing this on a professional scale. And one of my uncle who just had a camera, was not exactly professional at it. He decided to pull me through. So he taught me like just exposure, right? Exposure triangle. Yeah. So that was the only thing he taught me actually. Then I made it a practice or a, sacred protocol for myself from March 2020 even till now, but not like before. But between March 2020 and December 2020, there is no day that passed. No day. And I repeat, no day. Even on the days where I was not feeling, good at all. There was no day that passed that I didn't watch a tutorial video. There are times that over the night, I'll watch videos all through the night. I'll do nights of or watch videos all through the night, and I'll sleep during the day. And sometimes I'll pick up, my phone, my camera, I'll go around the streets, take pictures, edit them, I'll put them on Instagram and on Twitter as well. So I was doing that. I did that for like, from March till December, and I guess that's how I was able to build mastery of photography. And I remember then how I quote and unquote started off officially or professionally. So I believed in one thing. So I've always, you know, uh, been a master at one thing. The greatest assets or your assets truly are not just the stuff you have in terms of material things. The greatest asset anybody can have is the human capital. Recognize and see people as capital, right? When you have access to people, you have access to their properties. When people have access to you, they have access to your stuff. So when you own, you don't just own because of yourself. Now, but when you are, interacting with people, it's not just to get what you have. You have to be valuable. So for me, I didn't have a camera when I started. And that was like, how are you a photographer? How are you a videographer if you don't have a camera? Right? But I had a friend whose dad had like 2 cameras. And also was very interested in photography but didn't have the drive, right? But I had the drive, I had the passion. I just wanted to do it, not for money. I just wanted to do it. Like I just wanted to take pictures, edit the pictures, post them online. So I reached out. I remember reaching out to him. I was like, yo, how about we start going out on photo walks? 2020, from around August when there was first ease in the lockdown, if you remember. Me and him would come, from English department would, leave English department here and would go all the way from campus here to campus gate, sometimes to go into quarters we go into different departments, we go everywhere and we're just taking pictures. Take pictures of people, take pictures of the building. February 2021. 2020 was lockdown, so we were just taking pictures. So I decided to release the pictures of the university that I've taken during the lockdown. I posted everything on Twitter. February 2021, the school official page decided to post every of the work that I posted. Got almost 1 million traction back then.
Wow.
2021.
Okay, so
The alumni, the different people, even presidential candidates who schooled in Ife, they reached out to me like, yo, you're doing well. This is so beautiful. These pictures gave us the feeling, the nostalgic feeling, and we feel like coming back to Ife. So Ife is still this beautiful, And then I was like, yo, so I think we are onto something. But for me, I was not looking for all of that at all. I was just creating, to be honest. And if you ask people that were doing this together, it was, even till now, everything I do is not fine. We're making money from it, but that's not the goal for us. Like for me, and it was fun. Like I'm like, okay, people are actually reaching out. I remember the first female presidential candidate of Nigeria from Kowa Party. Prof reached out. She called me several times. She asked me to come and see her. Because, I showcased, Ife in a perspective that nobody had seen, and, that was I can never forget. Like, I can actually never forget, and from there, I started working with the school, community, the school PR as well. We document we did a lot in Ife, because I remember there was one time, for me, I'm always gathering teams. Like I'm always gathering. There's no place I've gone to that I don't have a team there. Wow. Even when I'm not present, they are together. Okay. Right now I'm in Osun State. My team in Abuja, they did some amazing stuff yesterday, even in my absence. So building a team has always been like my quote unquote backup, right?
When we're having this conversation, you mentioned how that you started with using Android.
Yeah, Android.
Like that's so very fascinating because the way we are in today, many young people like us, and they have this mindset of they have to have gadgets before they can create. What is your push? Why don't you give up? What made you like this Android that I have with me presently? That is the only thing that I have. It continually makes you to create.
All right. So let me tell you something. When I started, unlike a lot of creators now, a lot of creators just want to blow up and make money. Then there was nothing like, people were blowing up, but the platform that was paying a lot of creators back then was, I think, YouTube, right? So, of course, that was a lot of hard work. But for me, when I started, it was not about blowing up, it was not about making money. I was just so, I don't like to use the word lucky, but I will use it in this context, that what I fell in love with produced, right? And this is a life of faith. There's nothing you see right now that I didn't call for. But you see, but when I started, it was not, oh, I need to blow up, oh, I need to be perfect. Oh, nah. For me, I was just having fun, to be honest. And so if there was anything that kept me going when, what I didn't tell you is that they stole the phone. How about that? Yeah, they stole the phone. And I could have stopped because all my works were on that phone. But about some days later, I got another phone. And I continued. And it didn't feel like I lost anything. Why? Because I really enjoyed it. Like it was love, not career. It was love, not career. So the reason why a lot of creators don't have that drive anymore is because it's not loving to them. When you love someone, you don't care what they give you back in return. Really, if you truly love someone, you just love them and you just love. Of course, when they give you stuff in return, it helps you love them better. But it doesn't change your disposition, right? And that was it for me. Like I just loved what I was doing, and that was enough drive, And always the saving grace is having a community, building a community. Because when on the days you're tired, the people you brought together will, stay you, you know, they will be there. And when you look at them, you're like, no, I cannot slack. So that was what drove me indeed. Like,
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that community has always been what you always look forward to because in the days that you are not around, they can be a backup for you and do what you are supposed to do instead, right?
mhm.
So it leads me to another question that how are you able to gather up people to build a team? What are the qualities you look out for in people? Because currently I believe that there are so many people that are already looking up to you that okay, in their mind that okay, they want to work with OAC, at least even if it's just like volunteer for him, they want to work with you. What are the qualities that you are looking for in people for you to gather a team together?
All right. First thing, you see, so there's someone who I love and respect. I will not mention his name because people want to come for me. But he's a president. He said you need to have a killer instinct. Number one, there are different ways for you to become a leader. Right.
Okay.
This thing is all about leadership, right? Different ways for you to become a leader. Number one, you can be born a leader. There are people who have it in it, is on the inside, right? That's who they are, right? But you can also bring it inside. You can bring it out because everyone is actually a born leader. But the environment is what really shapes, what comes out of you. But me answering your question, you see, the necessary characteristic that you need to have to be able to bring people together, you must first be driven by your goal. You need to have a vision, and you have to be driven by it. You must wear it. If people come near you, they should be able to catch it. It should be contagious. It should be contagious. When people come around you, they should have a sense of purpose. When people come around you, and it's not because you are all serious. It's not because you are always, no. You can be so funny. You can be so playful, and people know that there's a sense of purpose. There's where we are going to. When you have a vision and you are driven by that vision, people will contact it. And when people contact it, share the vision with them. Don't hold your vision. Share it with them. Tell them, if you stay with me, this is where we'll go. There are people that worked with me from the past. I told them, this is what you will see. I told them, just give me some time, and not just because of word of faith or a confession or whatever. Of course, these are the stuff of our life. But when you are wearing the garments, when people come near you and they can smell where you are going to, they can feel it. See, immediately they contact it. So you have to be driven by your vision. You have to have a vision. You have to be driven by it. You must wear it. It must be a perfume. It must be a fragrance on you. And when you have it, people catch onto it. When they catch it, you lead them in the way they should go. You lead them in how, okay, this is what we are doing. This is how we're achieving it. And create a fun environment for people. People don't want to be led by a narcissist or someone who is just all about themselves. Create a fun environment for people. Create a welcoming environment for them. Don't let it just be about you and your vision all the time. Ask about them, check up on them, give them stuff. When there are opportunities, let their names come first to you. This is how you create a community. This is how you bring people together and you lead them. And before you know it, in 5 years, in 10 years, what you have built, such that everywhere you go in the world, there are people that are representing you. There are people that are carrying your vision. Before you know it, you enter into Atlanta, you have 1,000 people show up that you don't know. But because you've raised people, you've given them a sense of vision, a sense of purpose. So that's it.
Recently, you organized a strong creative conference.
That's right.
How are you able to gather people to support you, the funds, everything? How did you do it? Can you walk us through the process?
All right, first, let me say this so that it's a disclaimer. Now, I was co-organizer, and this is what I tell people. The very primary thing is the vision. I had a vision and I shared it. I shared the vision I just shared the vision. And mind you, before I shared the vision, I was already doing something. I organized Creators for Change in Lagos, in Lekki, Lagos, in partnership with the American Corner. That's the Consulate General of the United States.
Wow.
Yes, I did it in Lekki, Lagos, earlier the year last year. And I had this massive vision, yeah, which was that conference. But of course, I knew that if I was going to go like that, I may not be able to do it in the, the size that I would love to do it. So I decided to do Creators for Change. When I did Creators for Change, which was massive, that was massive. Oh boy, that was really massive. I mean, I didn't even 2 weeks before that time, I didn't know I was going to be doing something like that. I planned it in one week and some days. I was able to, reach the American Corner, and they really welcomed the idea. They sponsored, gave us space, got people, gave us millions, and we did that event. So when that Oshun Creative Conference was in my mind, I was like, yo, I need to do this thing before I leave Oshun. And I saw the vision plainly in my mind. I saw what it was. I felt it in my mind. I cooked it already. And I started to share it. I shared it with the necessary people, with the important people. And luckily enough, they bought the idea. They were like, yo, this is massive. Let's do it. And now, creators and creatives should learn something. You see, don't be too selfish to want to always get the glory. No. Don't be selfish to always want to get the glory. Something like Oshu Creative Conference was done by the state government in the Office of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Wow.
By my leader and my mentor, right? And everyone I'm calling Michelle. Now, imagine I was trying to do something and I want to get the glory for myself. That would never come to life,
Yeah.
But I don't care. See, and this is the mindset that I have that is really helping me. I don't care if I get the glory or not. As far as lives are touched, people are impacted. See, that is what is necessary. Because when I'm no longer here, people will not really remember me for just existing. People remember the impact, not you. So why are you so selfish? So I was not selfish. I didn't hoard anything at all. I freed it. In fact, there was a time I was like, I didn't even want people to know that I was part of the people that did this thing. Why? Because it's joy for me when I look around and I see somebody has won 500,000, somebody has gotten gadgets, creatives now have access to his creative studio in Osun State, And for me, that's joy enough, right? And I know that God is watching and He rewards, right? That's the main reward, and He rewards. You see, so I shared the idea, communicated the idea, and before I know it, I saw that everybody had already aligned.
Wow.
We would set up a team. Sponsors were already coming in. Some gave like 20 million. Yo, I was like, what? Even like what I saw was not even up to this.
Wow.
And that's the benefit of sharing. And that's the benefit of letting people come. This vision is not just mine. Let's carry it. And we're able to do it. God really helped us. We did it. And, the product of that conference was, oh my God, was life changing. Right now in Osun State, we have a studio that can, that will be home to creatives all in Osun State. Set up studio, over 25 million. Set up studio, as far as you're registered, you have access to the studio.
Wow.
So things like that that's the joy that comes with, creating for change and creating for impact. I mean, I'm still the normal cool guy. Even I'm walking on the street, people may not even know. Sometimes I've walked past and like, that's who you see that just far. And I love the fact that I don't have to be forming celebrity or whatever. And that's it for me. I share and I don't hoard. I'm not trying to get glory. Like, there's no point.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. It's nice to know. When we were having this conversation, you mentioned how that it is important to have women as assets,
That's
because when you're in need of something, there's someone that will come through for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know that currently you are the video personal videographer.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to get that connection? Believe me, people want to connect with people that can give them this financial freedom that they can work with.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that people want to know the process
Okay.
involved in you getting that position.
All right. First thing first, embrace service rather than embracing money first. Money is important. Money is very important. Trust me. Oh, money is important. I cannot overemphasize, the importance of money, right? But first, embrace service. See, when you embrace service and you are diligent at your service, the who is who will find you. I didn't go out looking for Davido or looking for whatever. They found me. And that's the joy of it. They found me. My work has gone ahead to speak for me before they even met me. You understand? So I was not begging around. No, they found me. Of course, there are technical ways. There are back end things that we do to get all of that. But you see, I was found in service. This is the part people don't. I was found in service, and when I mean service, so I was already working with my leader who just picked up interest in me, loves young people, and to see them thrive. He picked interest in me. Oh, it was like, yo, I love what you do. Come around, you can always come to me. Sometimes he calls me to, follow him to places. I'll work for him. I don't charge him nothing. I'm just like, I'm doing this for you. Not because I wanted to get whatever or anything from him. No. I may not right now I may not have all of the money, but by the grace of God, I'm all right. So it was not that for me, yeah. So sometimes he would, give me stuff, he has blessed me with several things, and he knows that I'm not working so I can get those things. I made it clear. I'm here for service. If you now want to give me something, oh wow, I would really appreciate it. So I was serving and I was serving diligent. Yeah. And this is a testament about me anywhere I go. It doesn't matter how much you pay me. If my mind is aligned with your vision, if my mind sees your vision clearly, I'm going to go with you, with or without money. So I was in service and I was found in service. And when they come around, because I'm at home, because I'm not desperate, because I'm not trying to please anybody, I'm relaxed. I'm in my creative zone, and I just produce excellent. So I'm not in pressure to deliver. No, I'm not in pressure to deliver. I will deliver and it will be mad. You understand? So that's it, to be honest. Being in service. If you have access to someone right now, follow them, serve them. If someone has an experience that you need, don't think about money. This generation, we need to know that money is so easy to have. Look out for opportunities, right? But when you are in service, don't make money a primary thing. No. Just be at service. Just be at service. Just be at service. You be at service. We are young. See, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, we will still be in our youth. Think about this thing.
Definitely.
Think about this thing. I know that your friends are driving Range Rover. Fine, we are going to drive Range Rover. But don't let that drive. Don't let that, I want to drive Range Rover now, to push you away from service. There are people you should serve. There's a period of service and there's a period of ruling. There's a time when people will come and serve you. But right now, look for that person that has what you have. Follow them, serve them. Don't care about, this person is not paying me well. This person is not. That's why you are young. You can pick up 5 jobs, pick up 10 jobs. Just do as many things as possible. Ensure you are not hungry. But where you should serve diligently. Where you should charge diligently too. But when you are in service, serve well. Because in places where you will not be, your gist will be heard. So serve diligently. Serve. There are places you should serve. There are places you should charge. So you have access to that person now. and you know that this person has been in this kind of places that I would love to be, follow them, message them back to back, give them stuff. Yes, they may have more than you, but when you give to them, their heart opens up to you. Give, serve, be where you want to be.
Basically, what you are telling us now, like the way that you are able to become the personal videographer is that they find you in service and that there's particular person that you look up to and you give to them,
Yes.
you serve them.
Yes.
But when you're answering the question, you mentioned something that why service is important. There's also like some sort of back end. Do you care to explain that back end?
All right. See, I'm a man of faith, and you see, there's nothing we've built. There's nothing I have built personally. There's nothing I'm going to build. There's nothing I'm building right now that I didn't build by faith. You see, and this is the secret, the open secret, to be honest, because this life that we live is spiritual. So it has to be controlled from the spirit. You have to be spiritual.
Wow.
Life is spiritual. You need to know this. Life is spiritual. You know, and for us who are born again, who are saved, we have an advantage, right? Because we can hide. We can cause anything to happen. Things like this, we can cause things to happen.
Wow.
You know, I tell people, I've been saying this thing before I got here. See, I've been saying this thing from the days when there was a period of my life, I wore one shoe for 3 years. One shoe. Almost every day for 3 years.
Yeah.
And back in that time, I was telling them, see, me that you're looking at, the world will see me. You will see me in places where you will wonder, how did you get here?
Wow.
I've been saying it since.
Wow.
You have to say it. You have to see it.
Wow.
You see, the world is spiritual. Your words should not be found on the ground. Your words should not be everywhere. Speak God's word. Meditate on the word. Channel your course. Talk yourself to the top. See, I saw a video recently on Instagram, I guess. Instagram. Bishop Wale Oke talked about how Bishop David Oyedepo, he said he talked himself to the top. He said he talked himself to the top. He said when they would have service of 29 people, he said, I see myself talking to 50,000 people. He said, you will see it.
Crazy.
You see, that's why I tell you, people like us, we talk ourselves to the top. You see, there's nothing special about us. It's just that we know how to use this thing. And the world has not seen anything. Keep watching.
Wow.
You see, we are touching the world in a big way.
Wow.
You see, places where people need to beg before they enter. No, we open the door and enter. Oh boy. You see, this thing is real. Use your word right. Search the scriptures. Find out realities for yourself. You are who God says you are already. You see, God is not just going to bless you. God is not just going to favor you. No, all these things are yours already. You lived. And how you lambano is first, there are different types of lambano. There's kata lambano. There's para lambano.
Wow.
Para lambano is when you become one with it. So you are not just trying to take it now. You are it. You know, I tell you, I'm not looking for blessings up and about. This is the blessing. As para lambano, this is the blessing. Think about this thing now. See, haven't you seen? Look around now. Look around. If you are looking for an example of a favored person, it's me. Look at me now. Look at me. This is it. The whole essence.
Wow.
The definition. The front, the back. It is me now. Just watch and see. There's no place I go that they don't love me.
When they
I don't understand how I've been accepted in the beloved. Where else? If God can love me, who are you? You have no choice.
No choice. No choice at all. No choice at all.
You see, and when we talk like this, people think we are braggadocious or we are proud. No, these are statements of facts. Haven't you seen?
Definitely.
Haven't you seen? Haven't you heard?
Hey, crazy, crazy,
Ah!
crazy, crazy.
Look
Wow,
and see now. Look and see.
that's a lot.
When I go to the left, when I turn to the right, in front of me, behind me, favor everywhere.
Wow,
It's my nature.
wow.
See, I'm not trying to be hit. I'm not praying to God to favor me anymore.
Like,
How much more can I be favored?
wow.
This is the beginning. This is the
Hey, Kai,
end. Just watch and see.
Kai.
You see, this is what we do in meditation. We meditate on these things. And before you know it, when we go out, that's what we spread. That's the reality. That's what people see.
Wow.
We don't even need to say it. People can see there's something about this guy.
Yeah.
Watch out for this guy. They
Hey,
can see it.
I'm the
They
faithful
can
king.
see it.
I'm part of the beloved.
Maintain your confession.
Yes, yes,
See,
yes.
how I know the day I know that I cannot be broke is think about it. God cares for the birds. God cares for the fishes. How many times have you heard the news that fish lacked food at any point? No time.
No time.
The whale never lacks.
That's,
Think about it.
that's cool.
Think
that's,
about it. There's
that's
abundance everywhere.
See.
Plants everywhere. Trees everywhere. Buildings everywhere. What do you think made up this building? You are looking for money. There's money everywhere you go.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Wow.
The clothes you are wearing was bought with money.
Yeah, definitely.
The shoe you are wearing, that means that even money close to you.
Crazy.
So why are you looking? Why are you looking?
Wow.
You are surrounded with abundance.
Yeah.
See, your account may not say it now, but just open your eyes and look. See. There's abundance everywhere.
Wow.
It's abundance.
That's
When
crazy.
you create stuff, it should go viral. You are not looking for the vanity metrics. No, it's you that created it.
Yeah.
It's me now.
Yeah.
What else are they watching on the internet?
Nothing.
I create for them. Think about it. People don't know how deep content creation is. The fact that you create content has separated you out. Okay.
When you mention content creation, one question that came to my mind
Mhm.
is, I have seen you creating content almost every time. I've gone through your socials, your Instagram, your TikTok, everywhere. And there's how you create content that brings smile to people's face.
Yeah.
How are you able to achieve that? That's the first question.
Okay.
The second question is that when you create this content and you took people's picture, that's how you tell their story. This particular person, this is what he has been doing, this is what she has been doing, and you gather money for them. How are you able to do that?
So content creation for me is divine. I don't just go around looking for people, oh, this person is suffering. No. When I'm creating, I'm led. I don't just, and that's why you see, I don't post all the time. I've broken the rules of social media several times. I can go 2 months without posting. And when I post, it's going to hit 1 million. If I want to increase my followers today, that's not an issue. You understand? So I'm not bound by all of that. Of course, consistency is important. And consistency is not just in posting. Consistency is also in consistently building your knowledge. In consistently increasing your quality.
Wow.
In consistently doing one thing or the other.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Consistency is not just posting.
Wow.
That's why people like us, we can decide not to post, and when we post, people would engage. You know what I'm saying? Because we are consistently doing something, consistently looking out for, content, stories. My mind is always open. So when I go to places, I don't just look for people that know. I'm led. That's why the people I go to meet, it's just, they've been praying for it. They've been expecting it. It's just an answered prayer for them. So there's that. Content creation is divine for me. Right? Then, number 2, how do I create my content? Basically, your story needs to have a beginning. You need to have a body, and you need to have a good end. Beginning, usually people will use the word hook, then the body of the story, then the end of the story, right? When they complain, when they talk about what you're going through, how we end it is I will put a smile on their face, and we give them stuff as well. Now, the shocking part for them doesn't shock me, but sometimes it does, because imagine raising 10 million naira for somebody that has only made 10,000 naira in their life in 1 week.
Like, how do you
It's
do it?
crazy.
How are you able to do that?
God has blessed me with, kind of followers who, they are blessed, and not just about money, right? They understand, they get the vision. And I've been doing this for a while. So there's also trust. And another thing I do is transparency.
Yeah.
And that's why I've not set up, I don't think I will. I don't know yet. I've not been led to open a GoFundMe, because number one, transparency really, really, really gives people like a sense of trust. I don't use my account to collect money.
Yeah.
I drop those people's
Those
accounts. You understand? Because, to be honest, I don't want stories. I don't want drama. You can want to help people and it turns to it.
Yeah.
So I'm transparent. Send the money to the person directly. Don't let me interfere, right? Not because if I interfere, I will steal their money. No. But it's just safe to do it like that for both parties. Now, these are people that, and out of these 5 million you're looking at, some people give 5K, some give 10K, some give 200, some give 500, some give 1 million, some give 2,000 naira, some give 1,000 naira. But when it sums up, it becomes a whole. And beyond money, we're able to, get scholarship for him.
Definitely.
Other people as well, we got scholarship, we got money for them as well. So it's just, how am I able to do it? I tell the story. So people just connect with stories, right? And they trust the person that is telling their story. So I've built trust over time, and the way I also communicate, the way I, tell the stories are very soulful. Originally, if you listen to what they are saying, you may not be interested. But there's a divine hand on me that ensures that whatever I do turns to gold. All right. So the way I tell those stories, it meets the heart of people. It reaches their heart. And that's why it's so, when you watch an OAC video, you spend the whole day thinking about it. You understand? It reaches the soul. It's soulful. So I think that's it. And some of them I intentionally, I pray and I believe, as well. I told some of them, I said, before it even happened, I told them, I said, watch out, at least I'm going to raise 2 million for you. I just said it. Before I know it, like maybe 14 hours or 15 hours later, at the dead of the night,
It's complete.
we've raised 2 million. And the money keeps going. Even me, I'm shocked. Like, what? Girl, I told her, we're going to raise 1 million for you. Before I know it, money has entered 2 million, 2.5. The other girl, I don't know, we'll raise 1 million for you. It's increasing. Right?
Yeah.
It's increasing. So,
while we are having this conversation, you mentioned how you create content that looks so full. Because I know you cannot just carry camera, apart from the fact that you already told us on this podcast that you are led. But why you are led, there's how capture content that makes sense. How are you able to do that? And then the second question is, what advice will you give to people that are quitting? They are on the edge of quitting their career. What advice can you give to them?
all right, first, how I create is simple. Usually I do candid shots, candid photography, meaning that I take pictures even before they get to see it. But at times I can also approach them, ask them to take a picture. But first thing first, I try to establish, the shot. I establish the person showing what they do. Then I put a caption. Then from there we now, go into interacting with them. From interacting with them, we give, a reward at the end. You understand? Reward to both viewers and to the person we're telling the story. So we're able to just walk through, these 3 paths, myself and my team. Most of the time, that's like the template. Just that we do it with real life stories, that actually talk about people. Now, if you're at the verge of giving up your career, this is one thing I want you to know. People are waiting on you. Lives are waiting on you. Generations are waiting for you to do that thing, for you to start out. If you don't start now, beyond not doing whatever you like for yourself, you are going to be so selfish.
Mm.
Don't think about yourself. This life is not just about you. People are counting on you. You cannot afford to give up now. This is the time to put in the work. This is the time to double up. And if you need encouragement or you want me to, talk to you, try to motivate you or show you things that you can do, to help you, you can always send me a message. Text me. I try my best to reply, It can be a lot, but I try my best to reply. Don't give up. You cannot afford to give up. We're in this to win it. Only losers give up. Winners win. That's where you are. That's where I am. Let's keep winning. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, OAC,
Yes.
for showing up today, not just consistently, but for showing up in life every now and then and for helping people. We are so happy and glad to have you on the show.
Thank you so